So, abominable acts such as igwa jogu, evil charms, alu or aru, depending on the dialect, that is abomination. Akwashayi uzu, burial without doing things jolly for the buried. This can bring an open grave in one's life. So you need to do what we call spiritual closure. Closing of that grave. Ịkpochi Onunu. Maọbụ Ịkpụ. You see, these words are used intermittently because they are closely related. All right? So one should be very careful not to leave any grave, spiritual grave, uncovered. In their life, in your family, don't leave it unattended to. May Chukwu Okike cover every early graves dug around us. We shall live long. So blood is very sacred. That is why in Igbo community, it is an abomination. It is a taboo to spill blood. That is that is why most people say a lot of negative things about our people, that during the olden days, they kill twins, they kill this, they kill that. Most times when I hear all this, I laugh. Because they don't understand the sanctity. They don't understand that blood is sacred. From the early days, whoever does such things is ostracized. You know? There are ways that people put in place to sort out this kind of societal problem. If you commit incest, if you kill, murder someone, either your brother or whoever, anytime you shed an innocent blood of human, there is always repercussion. Every living being has blood. It has a soul, be it a small baby or a matured person. The reason why some deities or altars ask for animals is to seek for favor, breakthrough, or energize the offer, because blood is involved, and anything that solves that is a soul in Africa. Yes, abortion is bad and it's a taboo in Africa. During our forefathers' era, once someone commits abortion or miscarriage, she will be asked to undergo a rite of cleansing of the soul that was lost. This could be done using the lamb. That is where you hear the lamb of the Lamb of God, who takes away the sins of the whole world. Where did you think they heard this word from? Ọkwa n'ala Igbo. Ịghọtago? Ewere nwa atụrụ wee gbanwee wee kpochaa anya bụ nwaanyị onye ime pụnarị. Ewere onye nwa atụrụ wee kpochaa onye nwaanyị megidego ha abortion, tegide ime. Mana emesịa chọpụta na ndụ gị onwezi ife na-aga aga na ya. You have to cover that spiritual hole. That Ịkpochi Onunu that brought a lot of ụchụ, ọrakwụ, aka ogoli na ndụ gị. So this deep spiritual cleansing will be done using the lamb, goat, tortoise. It depends on what the spiritual solution says you should use, the kind of animal. All right? If not, the spirit of the land will become angry with the woman, the one who did abortion intentionally. All right? And also the one who did not intentionally abort a fetus. Because this is an exchange. Mgbanwe. Ka ifeọma batakwalụ nke nwaanyị afọ ime pụnarịrị, ka nwa ọzọ bịa ka ọnọdụ. Ka amalụkwa na ọ kpachara aka n'anya wee gbunya bụ nwa. Ka ekpochakwa anya. Because women are vessels. All right? They are the womb of the earth. Ọfa nwa na-amụpụta ifeọma. Ka ewele nọ ifeọma na nke bụ nke ọjọọ na aka adị ya. So what are we discussing? What am I trying to let you know? What am I trying to teach you today? You have to be careful how you live your life and run away from things that will bring that spiritual hole into your life. You see, once this woman is cleansed, she receives favor. She will be set free from any spiritual yoke. But now, in this 21st century, ladies consume contraceptive. Either it was given to them by the man involved. Ngwa gezianụ ntị ka nkọwala gị, ma gị bụ nwoke na-enye nwaanyị postinol na contraceptive, you are aiding and abetting abortion, evil. Ị ga-eso wee keta oke ya. Okwe ele ani Igbo dị, ele anwa ka ani Igbo dị. Gị bụ nwoke na-enye nwaanyị ego si ngwa postinol contraceptive ma ọ bụ condom. Ana m ekwu n'okwu ka onye gboo unu malụkwa ya. Isonyego, ị ga-eketa okie. So why don't you marry that lady? Why don't you marry that woman? And have your children. Rather than commit abortion up and down because you are catching cruise. You want to show us that you can wind your waist properly. And you lady, you want to show us that you are very good in acrobatic and gymnastic moves on the bed. And most of you go about wallowing in ignorance and stupidity because you don't want to be a second wife. You want to be a side chick, a side hen. You want to be a baby. No, baby mama is even okay now. Because baby mamas, they give birth to that baby. Abi? Yes. So is this side chickens and side hen and side cock and whatever? You go on with all these atrocities. You hear some people saying after doing 7 abortions for him, he discarded me and married someone else. Akụkọ ịkọja. Agwacha ndị ọka ba asị va na-ayị ya agba. Ị na-ayị ya agba. Because you were catching fun now. You are removing unwanted babies, unwanted pregnancies, Abi, according to Western ideology. And you are not aware it has severe repercussion in ordinary Igbo spirituality. Kobo imarozi. If you give that woman money to remove or terminate and abort any baby in her womb, you are guilty. If you are giving her that support, giving her that money, maka ije na afọ na agba na gị bụ nwoke na iteli ime ị na-eme nwoke ka ị bụ, have you ever carried pregnancy? You have supported one way or the other. Because sometimes some of these women, they won't tell you na fa na-eji ite ime. I say, honey, I saw this gold, please, I need it, I want to buy it. You say, okay, don't worry, I will buy it for you. How much is it? She will tell you 200,000. You say 200,000? All right, no problem. You give her the money. Out of that 200,000, out of the 200,000, she has already budgeted the one she will use to visit the hospital and flush out your baby. Mulu na anya o, tete no n'ụla. Ndị Igbo tete no n'ụla, ụmụ nwaanyị na ụmụ nwoke Igbo tetekwa no n'ụla. You see, these are the ways that you open spiritual grave, spiritual holes in your life that will now warrant and lead to Ịkpochi Onunu in your own life. Because by the time you find out that things are not going well for you spiritually, itinye aka ebe a okwu, ime nke a okwu, onye ji ụgwọ kwụọ ọnụ ego ụgwọ okwu. You now know the accumulated alloy na emegasi. No one that is responsible. Because nature, Mother Earth will not be happy with you. And as a spiritual person that has a divine mandate to fulfill, is on the mother, it's on the mother. You are there, wallowing all sorts of, evil, committing sin. How do you hope to progress? And when you come for Igbo Afa now discover this is the thing that is bringing barrier, blockage to your life. Of course, you have to undergo cleansing. Ị ga-eme ịkpochi onunu. Ị ga-akpụ alụ ma ọ bụ nọ nke warrant ịkpụkwu alụ. Ndị na-edina ibefa. You sleep with your siblings. Or na igburu mmadụ. Maybe you jammed and killed someone even with knife. Murder. You sleep with another person's wife. Imela alụ. You sleep with another man's husband, despite your own dowry has been paid for. Two married couples. Nke oyibo na-akpọ adultery. Even you, some of you are not meant to do anything with any man or woman until you marry your soulmate. That fornication opens a lot of, kind of worms in your life. It gives the evil ones access to your spiritual file. And then make it 30. And you don't know the person you are sleeping with. You don't know the number of women, the number of men they have slept with. And negativity sets in. You now start running from one pastor to the other, one dibia to the other, looking for solution, not knowing that you granted that access. You made those spirits come to dig a hole in your life, that spiritual hole that will now attract all those negativities into your life. Edezia ka onye agbala oju, onye ọrụ akwụjuru arụ, nseke, esodogi, aka nkuchasị. So what am I saying in essence? We need to be careful the way that we live our life. So you are doing all these things, doing abortion, you are a murderer. Any woman who is pregnant and terminate the pregnancy have killed a soul, and Mother Earth will not be happy. This includes having a miscarriage too. Once a woman miscarries, she must cleanse and appease Akwali Omumo, the goddess of the land, with a sacrifice. Likewise, men are not left out. Whenever a man impregnates and supports her for abortion, both have committed nsoala. Another way is giving moral or financial support to someone, maybe your daughter, friend, or relative, to abort pregnancies. You are also included. You are a murderer. This comes with some spiritual consequences. Once those involved have no knowledge about the enormity of the dastardly act, it will bring bad luck, setback, failure at the edge of breakthrough, sicknesses, financial instability, unnecessary expenses. No spiritual work will ever work for such a person. All right? This is one of the causes that people say they do some one or two spiritual work, yet they don't see any result. Yes, there is a barrier. A very big barrier. That is why if you are good in what you do, iwere anya iji afụ ụzọ na mmụọ maọbụ ụgbọala onye anwa afa chọba ebe anwa ka ihe ebidogodo ka emegodo mkpocha na nzacha na ndụ that person tupu ọlụ mmụọ ọbụla ị na-alụrụ ya wee nwee isi. Maka na ọ bụ na imere mkpocha na nzacha na ndụ onye a na-enwelili ife nkodo. You understand? That is why no spiritual work will work on the person. Disappointment, barrenness, poverty, and so many calamities will befall the ones who are called to serve. Ma ọ bụ na ị nwere ọkpụkpọ oku, ị ga na-afụ no more progress for the person. The person will constantly be under pains and sorrow coupled with chronic confusion, identity crisis all the time, depression. This is why many people from a spiritual ancestral lineage should be careful of how they live their lives in respect and accordance to the do's and don'ts of their spiritual guides, as there is tendency for them to be displeased and your spiritual guide will start punishing you. It will open the door for spiritual stealing. Some of you that have call, you don't know. Except when you do that thing that is grievous, your spiritual guides will now turn their backs on you. Then you start noticing. If you have a kind of power in you, ability in you, you will notice that you become ineffective. It will no longer work. Open in a fuzo, ifudebezie uzo. This is because you have opened a spiritual grave in your life. So a ga-ekpocha gị deep cleansing, ikpochi onunu. Ọ bụna nke alụ ka ị metala, ị ga-eje kpụọ alụ n'aja anyị obodo unu. And the family will be involved. The eldest male in your kinsmen, they will be involved in this. So why I'm talking about the both at the same time is that there are some that will warrant ịkpochi onunu, and after the ịkpochi onunu, ekpu alụ. I hope I am making sense. So, ịkpochi onunu means closure of a spiritual, invisible hole or grave dug by spirits in the family. What brings about this spiritual entry is as a result of arụsị ịbata na the family. Ime alụ na that family. Ọgwụ ọjọọ agwọrọ agwọ. Maltreatment and death of nwada. Well, how to clean such land? This is the duty of dibia ani, Ezani or Adama maọbụ ndị nri. This lineage, they are the ones capable of doing that cleansing because they are custodians of culture and tradition using ọfọ to perform the cleansing rites. When such is revealed via consultation, after consultation, the solution is for them to come to that family with items such as the ọfọ ọtọsị, ebune, male sheep to cleanse and purify such family from evil. Closure of the spiritual grave. The dibia ani obo ezani maobo nwanri and nri will come with their offer, a female sheep, bunch of spiritual cleansing leaves and other items required and listed through that after consultation, and the solution is proffered. Then they'll bury all together with the sheep and cover it back. The female sheep is used to pacify Ani, Mother Earth, and ask for peace to avert any further calamity. Now, what causes ịkpochi onunu after ịkpụ alụ? If a man sleeps with his daughter or a mother sleeps with her son. If one kills or someone kills their own sibling. In Igbo society, if someone accidentally or intentionally kills their sibling, they must run away. Ịgba ọsọ ọchụ, ị ga-agbagodo ọsọ ọchụ. Yes, that was the term I'm looking for. Even when you accidentally jam someone, ị ga-agbagodo ọsọ ọchụ first. To then run to safety to enable the anger and wrath of the people abate before steps are taken to know why such atrocious act took place or accidental act. Either the killer runs to the maternal or paternal home, depending on the location it occurred, and stay there for about 5 or 4 years before the person can come back. But don't take too much. At least a year is okay to be able to sort things out. Makafa jetuo oge na alụsị, mafa digide fe ditere na egburu nwa ha. Ifolia? Before the person can come back first, they will cleanse the land. And cover the hole, ịkpụ alụ na ịkpochi onunu. But nowadays, civilization has made police to handle such issues. Even if police handle such issues, please go and do the traditional cleansing rites to be free. For your family to be free, for you personally to be free. Civilization has made police to handle such issues either through a court process, where the person is made to serve jail terms without doing proper cleansing, the traditional way when they are released. The cultural laws laid down in Igbo society through our forefathers says any family that commits any abomination, sacrilege or taboo must cleanse and purify the land. Failure to do that will attract calamity into that family. The person may not die nor have any physical issues, but every now and then, years to come, abominable things will happen continuously in that family. So you see, imported religion cannot save or rescue such family. That is why most times I get angry with Christianity because of the way they trivialize things. They will tell you, oh, the blood of J-boy has done everything. Don't worry, that your Lord is good all the time. You know, such yada yada. You see? Instead of you pastor, telling that family, go and, cleanse the land. to avert any spiritual repercussion. The way your village does it, the way your town where you're from does it, there is always this traditional aspect and ways to solve such problems. Tell them, go and do it. Maybe after doing it, you can continue with your church, whatever. Even in ordinary too, you have to tell them the truth. You Dibia, tell them the truth. You elders, that your children now in this generation are the ones now teaching you the way of your forefathers. You have to open up and speak out. Say the truth. Because you also partake in it, in the punishment. So if Alosi enters the compound, you have to know by all those things I mentioned: retrogression, failure at the edge of breakthrough, hatred, setback, financial bankruptcy. A lot of things will start happening. It is a negative thing if Alosi digs a pit. Ịkpụ Onunu. That is where all the goodness in that family will be dumped. Constant siphoning of their collective blessings, favor, finances, glory, peace, happiness, joy. Every good thing will be diverted into that hole. Efolia? Inugie. The Alosi can go as far as causing untimely death in the family, and such victim is first dumped spiritually in that hole before they die physically. Therefore, if the family is not spiritually inclined, they will never be aware of such, but term the death as normal. But after Ịkpụ and Ịkpochi is done, that stranglehold will be broken. The Alosi is removed from the place. It wreaked havoc. So immediately you settle with those Alosi and pack them back to their shrine, through those spiritual rites. It's advisable to carry out this deep spiritual cleansing, else the spiritual hole will remain, while continuously that Alosi will continue to divert every goodness coming to that family. This is where, the dibia comes in. Dibia mgba afa, ọbụna ọ na-agbata afa ọfụma. If Alosi enters the compound, usually once you start noticing all these things I mentioned, you go and consult. Then it is the dibia's duty to know the kind of Alosi that came and why it came into that family or why it entered the person's life, and find solution to send it back through carrying out a strong spiritual ritual without facing any wrath. Then after that, once the hole is covered, the cleansing ritual that is carried out, thereby closing that spiritual grave that Alosi opened on arrival. You see, spiritually, our ancestors knew any deity that visits a home is on a mission, either a negative mission or a positive mission. If it is negative, the first thing that Alosi will do is to dig a pit. Onunu. Now, coming to the case of unburied corpse, Ozu akwa. This brings Ịkpụ and Ịkpochi. Such is regarded in Igbo society as Ndiake Ruhino na Oke. As a result of the family's failure to perform proper burial rites for someone, especially Nwada, Ozu Nwada megi ife. You see, spiritually, in the spirit realm, she will run to any Alosi and start relating and feeding from that deity. Gradually, Alosi anwa ga-ababazi na compound na ebe anwa na-eniri a na-akwari ọfụma because of that relationship with that dead and unburied Nwada. Both of them will gain ground spiritually in that compound, in that family, and dig a hole. Circumstances in that family will show there is a problem. Ikezikwa, as in a lateness in marriage, nwaanyị nọ na that family na fa ada ejebe di ma fa jeje fa anata mona ama mmode nwa chacha barrenness. Nwada mee gị ife ikpupu okpu both n'ife mana mmụọ ma ọ bụrụ na emetere ya mma ma ọ bụ nwaanyị anụtakwuru anụta. That is where ije n'afa udele ha na-agba n'afa. Make haste while the sun is shining and solve that problem. Because if they seek for solution traditionally, the family, through spiritual consultation by a dibia mgbafa, the family will discover what happened. That dead and unburied sister ran to that Alosi for help. So spiritual inquiry will determine the solution. The first thing to do is to bail out their dead sister from the deity. Then later, you go home and conduct a proper burial for her. After the burial, they will cleanse their land and cover the hole. Now, charm, ogu, something that can bring spiritual grave or hole in the family. It was rumored that some bad ancestors used humans during rituals to make charms for protection, like using the head of virgins or virgin boy or virgin girls to fortify charms, build houses. This is so because some bad ancestors brought foreign deities for protection and later disposed them without sending them back through the normal process. Some of these bad ancestors brought mighty masquerade armed with charms and failed to send them back properly. They prepared various charms like amulets for protection, for childbearing, for power, for fame, money doubling, or wealth creation. Once you notice this, such family will invite Dibia from other lands to help bury the charm that can help the entire family become rich or powerful or strong, or the family will start to have their own children. So instead of you, akwali omumu, that is indigenous to you, onye Igbo, ijeje bute alụsị mba ọzọ. Those alụsị mba ọzọ, they don't spare you because you have no affinity with them. You have nothing to do with them. Once they come and see the land, they become jealous and envious. They will start destroying things because they are not indigenous to that land. Onya ka nji asị na ndị dibịa na-eme ike mbute ebele unu emekwele m nke unu ekponekwe. Let us always say the truth, and set ourselves free. Maka onye na-ekwu eziokwu ikpe ada amụ ya. Eziokwu na-akwa ụzọ. Eziokwu bụ ndụ. So, such chants become potent and start working against the indigenous land and spirit, which calls for it to be neutralized so that that family can have peace and liberate themselves from various calamities befalling them. The Dibia will destroy those charms and conduct deep cleansing of Ịkpụ and Ịkpochi Onunu. Okay, I've given you many instances where spiritual cleansing and Ịkpochi Onunu need to come in. Even destruction and selling of deities. Maltreatment, imegbu nwada or selling nwada if you sell somebody. Alright? Killing the sacred python. That python that belongs to a deity. Those that kill the python are made to suffer grave consequences if they do not rush immediately to make amend and appease the deity it belongs to. For example, Eke Idemmili, that is highly revered, and the people from that area, they never kill that python, even if it comes into their home. You, a stranger, you now go and kill it. And cover that hole you opened spiritually. If not, Eke Idemmili will deal with you. Oh, wow, this this topic is very vast, I can't do justice to it on radio. But I want you to avoid anything that will open a spiritual hole in your life. Anything that will make, alụsị ịgbago ụgwọ or spirits to come, deities, to come and wreak havoc in the family. Please try and avoid it. Avoid such abominable acts. Try and find out about the Nsọala and the Iwu of your community. Most people now run to church and they disregard all these things and fornicate and, kill and do all sorts of things in Christendom. Then they come back and say the blood of J-boy has cleansed away their sin. It did not cleanse that sin, no. Maka na ibukwa alụ. Eziokwu ibu alụ. So ị ga-ekpochi onunu. Kpụpụ nya bụ alụ ka I wee nwele onwe gị. Well, I'm rounding up. See you same time, same station next week. I hope you digested responsibly. Please, if you need my services, contact me, Dibia Nwangu Uchendu, on Facebook, Dibia Nwangu Uchendu on YouTube, Dibia Nwangu Uchendu on ADN Radio, New York. So it's bye from my end. Bye. Omaka mekwelu no.